New York City saw its first ever South Asian Electric Music Festival come to life this month at Avant Gardner in East Williamsburg. With more than 1,500 tickets sold and a waitlist of over 650 music lovers, Electric Desi featured music from various genres, both Western and Eastern hits, live singing, and the incorporation of traditional South Asian instruments.
I mean, we all know the whole South Asian expectations of, being a doctor or engineer. And luckily enough, I come from a family of artists. So I grew up doing Bharatanatyam. So I was a dancer my whole life. I was supposed to become a professional dancer, but ran into a ton of different injuries. So I just kind of, and I always learned music as well. As a young child, I was trained in Carnatic vocals. So music's always been a part. But ironically, even though I grew into the arts field with dance, music has been my passion the whole time.
As a typical South Asian, it's a journey when you're doing something that's not related to the typical college stuff. The journey here was definitely a little weird, but once I started proving to my parents I'm really passionate about this and actually started making money off of it, that's when they actually saw that it actually works. They started being like, do your thing, we'll support you, still get your education, but I just proved it to be something I'm really passionate about and it worked out.
I think we're finally coming to a point in our lives where we see all this Desi fusing music finally able to unite under one vision. And I think this is a great place for us to all bring together our talent.
And do you do this full time?
I don't. No, I work in medical devices for rare pediatric epilepsy. I do this on the side just when I get a chance.
You're Sri Lankan, right? So how does your identity play into your music?
It's very interesting because the majority of Sri Lankan Americans are, especially the Tamil side, is in Toronto. So I think I've been pretty detached from the Canadian side just because the way I had to grow up. But I do feel appreciated whenever I share my talents with them. And I think there's a huge merging of community that's happening both on the Indian side, and I find that the Desi community brings in the Bengali side, brings in the Nepali and the Sri Lankan side, Pakistani side, all into one umbrella, especially as Americans, and I think that's really cool.
The nearly 5-hour event featured 4 headlining DJs, each known for a different style of music and energy toward the crowd. Some mixed South Asian dance music with Western hip-hop, while others took to remixing popular Hindi love songs with upbeat American pop.
I'm gonna do a Kanukol performance over one of these Skrillex's EDM tracks that he just released, and I did like a small clip of it on my Instagram, but yeah, I'm gonna do it live. This is my first time doing it live. So
oh wow, that's so exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my first time performing in New York, and I'm absolutely excited, ecstatic to be here. So I went to my first concert, Tiesto, in Atlanta. He came for the very first time, I think, and I just walked in there not knowing, it was my first concert, first everything. And I went in there, and the way I felt was ridiculous. Like, it was just one of the best feelings ever. I want to do that, and I want people to come and feel that way whenever I play music. So that's where the journey kind of started.
I'm just so excited that also translates into nervousness.
Okay, so what do you do to calm down your nerves? Do you have
honestly,
a ritual before any performance?
No, I just go up there and I see the crowd. And I'm like, why am I nervous? These are my people, And then they all start dancing, and I'm like, this is it. Like, I don't know why I was nervous.
Then when you got together this whole group, like what was your process? How did you pick who you were going to bring together?
Yeah. So I actually know these people from a while back. We used to be in the GDN circuit, the Desi Dance Network. And we used to make mixes together. And I think all of us that are on stage today actually have a very big passion for EDM. And I've known that over the years. It feels crazy. It's so surreal. Like, it's crazy. We have like 600 people on the wait list as well. I'm like, I did not expect so much love and all that for our first event. So it's just more surreal.
Do you think you're going to do this again?
Of course, 100%. I'm gonna do this. If I could, I'd do it every weekend, but I don't think I could do that.
I think after college, a lot of people find ways to, or looking for ways to perform. And I brought in 2 of my closest friends that I think I've performed and collaborated with in the past. And I think that these are people who have really contributed to the New York scene. We have artist Siva, who's been a New York resident for years. And we have Avish, who has been a performer at Bar almost every single week for the last several years. And I think this is the perfect venue for them to really showcase their talents.
And one word to define how you're feeling right now.
Pretty giddy. I think I'm gonna try and do something pretty different tonight, and we'll see.
And what do you want an audience takeaway to be?
I want them to take away a new definition of what Desi should mean. I think a lot of people watching saying Bollywood remixes equals fun, and I think that anything can be fun.
Throughout my life, I love making people happy. And I think tonight, people should think of it more like an experience. Like, we're not just here for the music, we're here about the community. So I want people to interact and just meet new people, find new friends, build a community together. Let's see where this movement goes.
Immediately looked up YouTube, how to DJ, and then literally just started picking up on YouTube. And then I got my little Hercules DJ mixer, which plugs into the laptop, and then you had little turntables. So it was like, it was cute. I was just this little kid in the basement, just where I'm at here today was not the plan, but it worked out.
What inspires you to mix them?
I think we grew up in an era where we were very dominated by 90s and 2000s hip hop, as well as a big like explosion in pop music, and finding ways to combine that with like the Hindi melodies that our parents loved, as well as things that we like to sing in our spare time, are kind of ways that we can all unite under one umbrella.
This year's been great since COVID has finished. It's the first year kind of like it picked back up after COVID. Before COVID, it wasn't as much. Everything was Atlanta based, but this year's been all over the place. I got to go to LA, I was in New Jersey.
So you mentioned when you wanted to start DJing, you had a feeling. What was that feeling?
It was just like this uplifting thing. When I'm like, everybody put your hands up, and they do it, I'm like, oh, I can't believe that worked. And then, all right, I want everybody to jump. And then I'll be like, okay, 1, 3, 2, and then they jump. It's just like.
So who was your most receptive crowd, you would say? What audience?
So in Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta, so a lot of people already know me. So over there, a lot of people that show up to the events just kind of are familiar with, the Sitkel sound, I guess you can say.
Keep supporting your friends who are trying to make it in the industry. It's the most important thing that'll keep them going.
This is one of those like dream come true moments for me, at least.
Yeah.
Because just being able to travel first
and
off and
sold
DJ.
out.
Right,
That's
and we
even more
sold out, which is
exciting.
insane. I'm like, dude, this is the
over
first time.
800 people,
Yeah.
people begging for tickets.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have talented DJs, so
Exactly.
that's the best part about the whole thing. I get to share the stage with some
Have you
amazing
performed
talent.
with them before?
I'm still in Shri, I have, not Tribal, but he's awesome. So,
And how long are you in town for?
I'm literally leaving tomorrow morning.
Oh wow, so you're only here for this.
Yeah, I actually have another show tomorrow in DC.
Oh,
So
wow, okay.
yeah, I'm playing a whole nother
Really busy, yeah.
Bollywood night over there. So
Oh, that's
yeah, it'll be
exciting.
fun. Yeah.
Right here, it says life is beautiful in Arabic, and that is honestly my motto in life. No matter what's happening, life is always beautiful, and I think when people come to my events, they'll actually see that and experience the beauty of life.